Welcome, race fans, to oh god, what round are we at? Round 6, the finale of the SimRacingMania BTCC Championship, where Colin, Andrew, and Jack will be taking on Brands Hatch. With that being said, I don't know if anybody knows, but Brands Hatch had a bunch of races this weekend, and unfortunately, one of the volunteer marshals unfortunately passed away due to a massive crash on the main straight. So our condolences here at TRACKSVR go out to all the volunteer marshals and the family of the marshal that did pass away. It is a very unfortunate thing to witness. I did actually watch the race, and yes, it was very scary to watch. Hopefully, I think the driver is okay. It was the marshal that we were more concerned about. As we all know, they don't wear protective equipment other than a helmet sometimes. So, condolences out to them. Howard, did you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, just for all of our listeners and viewers, this is why racing is dangerous, and especially given that it's usually only supported by volunteers. This is a true source of volunteerism on most of the tracks. But I just want you guys to know to support racing and in all its safe forms, including your local sim racing venue. We don't have a track here in Calgary anymore, so support TRACKSVR. We're trying to make racing safe and fun. But our condolences and our feelings go out to the family, and I hope that that they make it through this horrible thing to happen to them. But we don't want it to detract from our exciting racing here today. So moving on, being as it's our last stream of this season, and we're taking our summer break here at TRACKSVR. We won't be streaming every Tuesday, probably until fall. We are looking at a couple of one-off races. We'll of course get those put up and put notices up on our social media and YouTube board and whatnot. We'd love to see or hear from you guys, though, in the interim. Just feedback about our streaming and about what you guys think. What you guys think of the racing, what you think about everybody except me, because I don't want you to tell me what you think about me. No, I love everybody. Thank you so much for all your support, all of our viewers. If you do enjoy this racing, please help us out, guys. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Follow, like, share our social media pages. Tell people that, about us. Word of mouth is a good form of advertising as well. And lastly, drop by and see us. We'd love to see you, even if you don't come in and pay for racing. We like to talk racing, and everything that we love car culture. So drop down and see us sometime this summer while we're on our break here from streaming. Also wanted to say thank you so much to all of our supporters and our sponsors, namely FN40's podcast, broadcast live every Wednesday down at the Blind Beggar, just blocks from us here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada, Earth. And go down and watch them. They usually have some really interesting podcasters, except when I'm on. And then you might not want to go down that day. No, just kidding. All very, very interesting people, entrepreneurs, idea people, and then usually some live music as well. Leanne and Corey, we love you guys. Corey, you got to get down. We want to see you down for some racing again. Almost maybe we'll put a challenge out to those guys. I also wanted to give honorable mentions to all the other businesses, local businesses that we've that have helped us and that have been talking to us and trying to collaborate with us. And that includes Elite Brewing. They're on Edmonton Trail, just off 16th Avenue in the North End. Those are an excellent group of guys there. AJ and Scuba Steve, you guys are the best. We love you. And then I want to mention Legend 7 Brewing, much closer to us, just up the hill from us here. They just reopened their tap room, and we had an opportunity to take one of our units, our mobile units, down to their tap room and just exhibit for a car group. And hey, what the heck? Bugs, Bunnies, and Buses. Look them up on social media. Great group of people, and they go to a lot of car meets and whatnot. Volkswagen exclusive club, from what I understand. They seem like a great group of people, so let's put a mention out to them. And then, yeah, I did already mention the Blind Beggar, and you know, I want to mention some of our community members. Colonel Colin Sanders, you know, down there working at your mining job, racing on our team when you can. You're the best. And Nick/Colin, Nick Toe, we love you. I hope you're listening. You're the best. And then, you know, we have some other people out there that all you supporters. If I haven't named you, I still love you. Haggerty Autosports down at the CKRC track out in Strathmore. He wears his TRACKSVR racing shirt from our endurance event last year. He's been on our teams before. Yeah, it's so faded, so we know he actually wears it outside. Alan, you're the best. We love you. Anybody else you can think of, Rick, to mention and just honorable mentions? No, yeah, we were blanking here. You know what? If you've been to TRACKSVR and all the people who've given us 5-star reviews, yeah, we love you.
There you go. There's one. Yeah, 5-star reviews. All right, looks like Colin's back in the pits after his quali. Where the heck is everybody else? There's Jack. Can't find the cars now. They're all too far down at the bottom. Yeah, like how we were saying, thank you to everybody for your support through our streaming. Like you said, if you have any comments or concerns or whatever about the stream, please let us know, and we'll definitely be working on them over our summer break, holiday, whatever you want to call it, from streaming. And then we'll get back into it after that. Kind of like F1 has their summer break at the moment, even though it's not really summer. They'll have their summer break, and then we will have ours at the same time. There's going to be a lot of different series coming up in the fall, I do believe, and like Howard said, we have some one-off events coming up usually as well, so we'll be just trying to stream them and all that good stuff, where we have multiple drivers on the same team driving the same car instead of 3 different drivers driving 3 different cars. So we're just watching qualifying, and so far Colin is provisional P1 at the moment, so but we still have like 8 guys to qualify. And from our starting grid at the first race of this series, we had 40 people. We're down to 16 for the last race, or last 3 races, I guess you can call it. So a lot of people dropping out, not in the running.
It shows people's dedication a lot too. I mean, it can be tough to do stuff like this through the summer. So once again, you know, here's another shout out to our athletes. You guys, wow. What a season, a couple of seasons it's been here at TRACKSVR Racing. Well, all of our guys, they've worked real hard and through adversity to come out and every once in a while, you know what, they come out and they just go, oh, you know, I'm having fun. So that's what we do it down here for, is to have some fun. Sometimes it'd be nice to win a race or two, and Andrew has come through for us. We'll see how the guys end up in the championship, but my congratulations. I'm very proud of all my racers.
Yeah, they're all doing very, very well this season. All things considered, with the multitude of penalties that Colin and Jack got, and we just found out today, or this morning, I guess, that Andrew just got a penalty for race 3 of the last round. Oh, Jack going off track. Kept it on though. Andrew getting a 20-second time penalty in race 3, which lost him I think it lost him 3 spots in the 3rd race. And he's getting a 5-place grid penalty for race 1 of today's race. So unfortunately, some bad luck for Andrew coming into the last round, meaning he's 24 points behind second and 26 points behind first. So he's really got to hope that Vlad and Dennis have very, very, very poor races and get no points for Andrew to have a good shot at getting P2 or P1 in the championship standings. So he's sitting 3rd place overall, and it's pretty much going to be a 3rd place for sure, as 4th place is about 40 some points behind him. So it'll be a really good run for the top 3 drivers. And it looks like Tomas, the guy in 4th place, isn't even here. He's not even going to race today. He's an admin. He's just going to worry about stewarding, I guess, and not have to worry about the race, which is probably good considering I don't think he's eligible to get the prize anyway, being an admin of the server. So, which I mean is fair.
Oh, we should give him a shout out though. You know what,
Yes,
Thomas
great, yeah.
Golab? Yeah, you know what? Excellent work. I know how hard it can be to try and herd cats, which is kind of what you're doing when you're dealing with race car drivers. So, good job. Thank you so much to SRM SimRacingMania for hosting this league and allowing us to be in with our team of misfits.
Yeah, thank you to all the organizers at SRM SimRacingMania. They all did a very, very good job. All things considered, I can just imagine how many upset people there were after some of the races that they had to deal with in their DMs and stuff after the races, but they held strong and stuck to their bearings. So thanks to them for hosting this whole league. Oh, Andrew going off track.
What we're watching right now in as far as explaining things is qualifying, correct, Rick?
Yep, and qualifying is over in about 14, 13, 12, 11, 10.
Yeah, there we go. So basically they get 6 laps, and that's not 6 laps out on the track. That's including their out lap and their in lap. They get 4. They have 4 laps of a chance to get as best a time as they can to qualify them in for the race.
Yes. The reason why their out lap and their in lap count towards those 6 total laps is because you got to drive 1 lap out, and you got to drive 1 more lap to come into the pit box. So I mean, you have between 2 to 4 flying laps, as they call a qualifying lap. Out lap is your lap coming out of the pits. In lap is the lap you're going into the pits. And your flying laps are the laps you're actually doing to put your fastest time down. So as the last few cars come across the line on the drier track, looks like Denis Ishenko, the points leader, is going to qualify first. Vlad Tokarev, the chap that is in 2nd place in the championship standings, is going to quali second. Andrew's P3 provisionally until his 5th-place grid placement, so he's actually going to start P8. And Colin is going to be qualified P4, but he's going to be bumped up to P3. And looks like Jack has qualified P11, so very well done by everybody. And the tires for today are, the softs are their base, so they have to use the softs, and the mediums they have to use at least 1 race, which I think they might use this race and then use their softs for the last 2 races as the track dries out. Although we could get more rain. I did look at the weather for Brands Hatch, and it's supposed to be raining off and on all freaking day today. So who knows? We could get downpours at some point. We don't know.
All right, well, let's get ready to race here, guys. We'll be on shortly when the lights go out and these guys are racing.
Have you been locked up all year? Tired of the same old routine? We've got you covered at TRACKSVR. We have 12 full-motion simulators incorporating VR technology to put you in the driver's seat of a race car. With our team of sim experts, we can help guide you whether you're a beginner or a seasoned veteran. From Ferrari to AlphaTauri and all the teams in between, We've got the largest selection of F1 racing merchandise in Western Canada. We clean all the equipment before and after each use and disinfect all tie touch points. Forget about the Zoom presentation on Monday. Forget about the holes in the wall for your kids' virtual soccer practice. Bring your future champions down here. We're open for retail viewing and product testing. We want to bring our passion for racing to you here at TRACKSVR.
All right, guys, we're just in warm up. We got about 5 minutes in between the qualifying and the race, so drivers just get out on track and do some more, put some more laps in, try to dry out the track a little bit more. We're at about 76% wetness on the wet part of the track, and the dry line is actually pretty dry, maybe 5% most for wetness on the dry part, but that's not going to make that much of a difference. It's more just the water being held into this pavement at this point. So it's going to be an interesting race. I was watching Andrew and Jack do some practicing earlier this week, and the track limits are very, very strict. So I have a feeling there's going to be a lot of people getting penalties from off tracks if they're not careful, especially turn 1. Turn 1, turn 2, or turn 3, and turn 4, I think, are going to be the big ones. Maybe turn 6 are going to be the big ones where people are going to be getting off-track warnings constantly. So we'll have to keep our eyes out and see who gets penalties. I'm hoping none of our drivers get penalties. But hey, anything can happen. It's racing. We'll see what happens from there. But we're just on board with Colin right now. Watching him go around. Actually, we'll do this. Let's go on board with Colin. No, wrong camera. That camera. They're just out. All the drivers are going to be getting out to get some more laps in this semi-wet, dry combination of track. Just to get more practice out. It's obviously going to dry out the track some more too, so we have to hope on that. But like I said, weather in England is very wet and rainy around this time of year, so probably going to get some more rain either in between races or during one of the races. We don't know yet. We'll just have to wait and see. Let's take a lap around the track with Colin here. It's coming down the home stretch. Difficult braking point into corner 1. As you can tell, Colin getting all sorts out of whack. Coming up the hill, braking under the bridge into Druid's corner. Really slow hairpin to come back down the hill. Coming to Graham Hill Bend, touch that curb and throw it into the corner, nice and tight. Usually you can get all 4 tires up on that curbing on the outside, but like I said, traffic limits are very tight. Coming here into Surtees corner, very late braking point for this corner to get it right. To power down the Pilgrim's Drop straight. Actually, this is Pilgrim's Drop right here, down into the valley as we come up into Hawthorne Bend. Very fast right-hander up the hill. Obviously a little bit slower because we're in wet conditions, but still pretty fast. Coming around the corner into Westfield Bend. Another difficult braking point. Lots of people going to be going off track, I think. This is probably one of the hardest corners. It's a blind uphill right-hander. Into Sheens. Keep it off that curbing on the left-hand side. Throw all the way to the right. Into Sterling's corner here. Use all the curb on the outside. Then we come up to Clark Curve before we come down the main straight. All the way out wide. Keep it down the middle of the track. Beautiful. So there's a lap of Brands Hatch. Done by Colin. It's actually the first time I've driven on board with Colin to watch a lap, so got to give everybody a little bit of time. this button? Nope, this button. So there was your lap. Colin did have a better first corner this lap, so I should have probably followed him this lap.
11 herbs and spices to get around the track fastest, eh?
Lots. I haven't even mentioned half the other names on this track for their straights and stuff. It's just the corners. But we got about 40 seconds left in this practice, so we'll be getting the race shortly. Oh, that's an off track. Yeah, track limits are going to be really strict, so it's going to be very, very important for drivers to stay on track as much as possible. Or obviously they want to stay on track, but I mean keeping all 4 tires between the white lines, or at least 2 tires between the white lines. Racing is pretty straightforward with the track limits. White line separates the out of bounds area, if you want to call it that. So you're allowed to have 2 tires. Oh, as we get a car spinning in the pit lane, you're allowed to have 2 tires over the white line, like onto the curbing / grass area, and that's it. That is the most you're supposed to have. Other leagues do allow you to have a little more than that, but for the most part, it's 2 tires over the white line. So. And here we go, getting ready to race. Just waiting for everybody to go out on track. A little bit of the shivers. I'm in an AC office. It's nice and chilly in here. It's super hot. It was like 32 degrees outside, but it's nice and chilly in here. Okay, go on board with Andrew.
We do have to keep
Andrew
all
in
the
P8,
computer equipment
Jack in
cold.
P10, Colin up there in P3. That doesn't seem right. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I don't know how the grid placement works on Brands Hatch. But Colin is 3rd, Andrew is 8th, Jack is 10th. Jack qualified 10th. Here we go, lights out. Go, go, go. Come on. That was a long delay between the light. Holy. Sorry for the little bit of lag. I don't know what happened there, but I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say about that.
He just started pushing Andrew off track.
That was just very poor driving from the black and green car, from what I can tell. Andrew held his line and that car just turned in on him, so.
On the straight.
But Colin holding strong in P3. Oh, Ashenko spins. I don't know if he got taken out or what. But Ashenko's dropping back. Vlad's going to be taken off in first place now. He's just going to push hard. We do have 16 laps for this race at Brands Hatch, so lots of racing. Andrew holding strong in 9th place. Jack down in 11th. And
16 laps and 16 drivers.
Hey, yeah, that's true. Colin's up into P2 after Ashenko's spin. Ashenko's down to P7. Andrew is P9. Let's go back to Andrew, see what's going on here. Big train. All the drivers seeming to have opted for the soft tires, with a couple of them going for mediums and one of them going for wets. I don't know if wet tires would be the right choice for this race, as they're going to get hot super fast. As that dry line, as you can see, is starting to get a lot wider now. So, oh, Jack off in the background there. Turn 1, like I said, lots of drivers going to be going off. Andrew doing a good job, though, of hanging with these guys. Coming into Surtees corner, this is one of the harder corners on the track. Got a late apex and be very patient. Power out down this back straight here. Get as much of the slipstream as you can. Andrew with his coveted headlights being on so we can tell it's him. Yeah, Vlad is starting to pull away from Colin pretty quickly. He's gained about a second and a half in one lap on Colin, so.
There goes Andrew. Nice.
Fully
Is
up
he going to
to
make it
inside.
stick? Ooh.
Going into Sheen's corner. That's a really dangerous corner to be going to, or side by side in. See if Andrew can get the. No. Sorry for the little bit of lag, guys. It's the rain. The wet track is causing a little bit of lag as per usual, just because the rain is not rendered properly in R-Factor 2 for some reason. And every time they go around, every time the drivers go around the track gets drier, which means it's got to render different track conditions. So. Jack is voicing some major concerns in the background there as Andrew tries to go up the inside of Druids. Can he make it stick? He's on the outside coming into Graham Hill Bend. Oh, that was a dangerous play. Turn a little bit early, but makes it stick.
Yeah, that's kind of how the guys are feeling, looks like.
Everything's out on the line now. There are no friends to be made here today. Let's go back, see if we can find Jack. There he is. I'm going to assume he's probably driving with some damage, judging by what I heard shortly ago. But I'm not sure. I mean, he's only down to P13, so he's only lost a couple spots. He's not doing too bad.
They made a few spots up because after that off track on corner 1, he had fallen down into 15.
Oh, yes,
so.
yes. I forgot about that. See, we're 4 laps in now, and I've already forgotten. Actually, we're 3 laps in. And Colin seems to have, look, there's a free spot for Jack. Actually, that's one of the corners I said people were going to go off on, was Sheen's corner coming into, yep. And that guy's totally binned it. He's going to have lots of damage. Jack coming into Clark Curve before the main stretch here.
Here's one of the tag cars. Yay.
This is, actually, he's on the wet tires, so Jack should be able to pull past him pretty easily as long as he keeps it clean. But on Brands Hatch, there are not very many passing places at all. The track's very narrow all the way around. Gets a wicked run out of Paddock Hill Bend up into Druids. Very well done. That was a very good move.
Nice work. That was clinical.
Wicked drive out of Paddock Hill Bend. He had a wicked launch down that hill. Coming up to one of the energy cars. It's good to see that their liveries have started working now. The last round of the series, they've started to work. They're not just a plain white car on the track. Andrew's really, Andrew's battling it out with one of the other energy cars. This is Michael Favero. He has made it past that Ford Focus that was kind of being an ignorant dink the last round, so hopefully these guys are going to keep it a little bit cleaner. We have finished 4 laps, coming on to lap 5.
As you guys can see on the stream, I put a jacket on because it's so cool in here. Don't you like our nice TRACKSVR swag? We'll be coming out with a new line of merchandise, TRACKSVR branded merchandise in the fall. So
very well done by Andrew to pass before coming into Paddock Hill Bend there. Seems like Andrew and Jack have learned their places to pass. They've both passed in turn 1 very cleanly both times. So
there was a lot of discussion actually prior to the racing today, just about where they'd be finding their passing points and stuff. Because as you said, Rick, this is a tough place to overtake.
Yep, and I have lots of experience on this track, and it is a pain in the butt to try to pass somebody. You just have to hope you get a better run out of a corner and get alongside them on the straight and hopefully take the inside line. Coming into Dingledell. That's what this section here is called. And then we come up into Sheen's corner, the blind right-hander. Very fast corner, very scary corner because you can't see the exit as there's a car off track. That's going to be a free spot for Andrew. He's back up into 6th place now. Dennis has made his way all up into 7th, into 4th from 7th, and Colin is still sitting pretty in 2nd place. He's got about a 7-second gap to 3rd, so him and Vlad are really pulling away here. Let's go see if we can find Colin. There's Colin all by himself. Colonel Sanders just having a nice Tuesday drive. Doesn't need to push super hard unless he wants to catch Vlad, which it looks like he's kind of keeping a 2.5-second gap. It hasn't really changed much. We're on.
I think Colin's just trying to put in for the last race, just really showcase some of his skills. Hasn't always happened this season, so it's good to see.
Yeah, I feel like he's put in a lot of practice for this one just so he could help Andrew try to get a good finish. But with that crappy start that happened to Andrew, it's going to be a little more hard fought for him to catch back up. Andrew is up into P5 now. He's moving his way up the grid pretty quickly. He's got, I'm going to call him Mr. Penalty himself behind him. He's gotten a penalty almost every race of every round so far in this series. So, and he likes to complain about it every time he gets a penalty. So, one thing to race hard. I mean, it looks like he's a quick driver. I think he races too hard and the racecraft just needs a little bit of tweaking. But other than that, not too bad. But Andrew up into 5th now. He's right behind Dennis, who's just going into Paddock Hill. He just catch the ass end of his car there. Coming down the hill to go back up the hill into Druids. I love this track so much. So much up and down. Coming down the hill into Graham Hill Bend. This is a nice corner. You can actually just tap the brakes and throw it in the corner. And then Surtees, very late apexer. Yeah, just like that. Wait until the fat curb gets to a skinny curb and apex there to get a good drive down this main straight. Coming into Pilgrim's Drop. Coming down the hill again. Up into Hawthorne Bend. Another fast right-hand corner. This time you're going up the hill. Onto the Derek Minter straight. Into Westfield Bend. Down into the Dingledell. Up the hill into Sheen's corner. Don't go too wide. Oh, yeah, the tag car had to back out this time. Andrew was not having any of it, so that's going to put Andrew up into 4th place. Coming out of Sterling's pretty good.
Sure, you're not using your Dingledell.
I sure hope not. Coming in the Clark curve. Andrew got a really good run. He had a really good last 3 corners there to really, or 2 corners, I guess, to really pull away from that group behind him. So that's going to help him a lot. Still has a lot of work to do. He's got about a 4-second gap to Ashenko, whom of which has about 11-second gap to Colin. And Colin has actually fallen back about 1.5 seconds to Vlad up in 1st place. So from 1st to 4th, we got about 20-second gap for Andrew to make up here. I'm going to hop on back to Jack for a bit, just because it looks like he's starting to catch up to this red and white Ford Focus of, what's his name? Van de Clore Giuseppe. Doesn't look like Jack's got any damage. Maybe he was just getting ping-ponged around for a bit, so he's driving like he's got no damage, which is good.
He's also kind of used to driving with damage.
This is very true, so it's hard to tell if he's got damage or not. But he's doing good. I mean, he's fought back from P15. He's up in 11th place at the moment, so. Coming up at the Hawthorne Bend. On the Derek Minter straight. Into the Westfield Bend. into the Dingle Dell. Coming down the Dingle Dell hill there. Up the hill, back into Sheen's corner. A little bit of braking, throw it over the curb. All the way back to your right for Sterling's. And use all the curb on the outside. You can use all that curb even though it looks a lot really bumpy. You can use all the curb. And I do think it's going to be dry enough now. Track is getting dry pretty quick, so it's just going to be the humidity's keeping all the moisture in the track. But Jack doing a good job. He took about a half a second off of his gap that lap, so he's down to 1.3 seconds. It's going to be good for Jack. He could potentially get another top 10 finish here. This is really good driving from Jack. And Colin is pushing super hard to keep up with Vlad and to keep Dennis behind him because he just gained like a second and a half more on Dennis behind him. So Colin pushing really hard. And Andrew still got about a 4-second gap. This race, I think, is going to determine if Andrew stays in third place overall or if he's able to catch them in the next 2 races.
Yeah, this race is very important for the standings, especially given that 4th place is not in the race.
Mm-hmm. Jack doing a really good job. He's caught this guy quick. A little bit of a cut there, but that's
he's
not bad.
very, very determined. I can see it in his driving, and it's very quiet out there, which tells me that he is determined to catch this guy and get in the top 10.
He's also got away from all the shenanigans at the back of the pack, so.
Yeah, and there's there is a definite skill difference with some of the back markers.
Oh, huge. Oh, big car spun. That was not for position, no. Oh, yeah, it was. That was for position.
There we go.
So somebody has spun in turn 1, like I called it. Lots of people going to be going off track at turn 1. You can take a lot of speed around corner 1, but you really have to have big balls to make it around it without going off. And then if you touch the gravel at all, just you have to get off the gas immediately, or else the car will just do donuts. So we've had our first DNF, and we are 10 laps in. So we have six laps left to go. Jack is doing a good job of hanging with this guy. The gap with Colin and Andrew are still about the same as they were before, so nothing has really changed up there. We'll see what happens with this battle, and then I'll go and take a peek at Andrew and Colin for a second.
Yeah, it looks like Andrew's slowly eking out some time from Ishenko's lead on him, but yeah, he's actually pulled about half a second. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's small. The live timing does update every like 4 seconds, so.
Some chatter out of Jack. It looks like he's
just talking.
Trying to
will.
Yeah, trying to will this guy out this way.
Use the force. I am one with the force. The force is with me. Colin is also falling back from Vlad. I don't know. Maybe he had a spin. I just want to hop on board with him for a bit here. There's Andrew. That is a back marker behind him, so that is not that car behind him is not for position. This car that Colin just passed is not for position. It is a lapped car. But Colin went from being about 3.5 seconds behind Vlad to now being 6.5 seconds behind Vlad. So
may have been the traffic. Yeah,
the traffic is really starting to hold people up. Oh, Colin with a big drift, Formula drift around turn 1. Yeah, immediately off the gas when you touch that gravel, like I said. Very well done. It's funny because I keep looking at the vehicle names, and it's like Vlad, Andrew, Dennis, Andrew. And it's like, there's only one Andrew racing. And here's Andrew.
People don't want to hear your snorts.
I know. Ashenko's not far away now. I mean, he's still 4 seconds ahead of him, but it's still not out of reach. That just means that Dennis is going to pull his lead from 26 to like 28 points after this race, and Vlad's really going to increase his gap to Andrew. So, because it's 20 points for first, 17 for second, and 15 for third, and then 13 for fourth. So if it finishes right now, Vlad will actually pass Dennis for the lead in the standings after this race, and Andrew will fall back 20 to 28 points behind Dennis and like 31 points behind Vlad, if my math is correct. So Andrew's got to hope and pray that in the next 2.5, 3 laps, Dennis and Vlad have something terrible go wrong. Good job of the take car to respect the blue flag and get out of the way. Good job. I'm going to go back with Andrew or Jack here. Looks like he passed him, and we didn't even see it. SOB. Looks like he spun, because 2 guys got ahead of him. Jack and this guy got ahead of him. So now all of our drivers are kind of in the middle of nowhere, driving by themselves. So they can just focus on putting in some fast lap times. Colin does have the fastest lap time of a 1 minute 31.8, which is 3/10, just over 3/10 faster than the next closest lap time. So he's the only one in the minute 31s currently, and everybody else seems to be in the 1 minute 32s to 1 minute 37s, 38s. So that's the skill gap.
138.
7 seconds difference in lap times. That's how much of a skill gap we have. Also, the 38s are on medium tires, which should be about 7/10 to a second slower than the soft tires. So makes sense.
We explained that in the last stream how the different hardnesses of tires affect coefficient of friction to reduce to let heat come off.
Yes. And heat makes the tires sticky, which makes them stick to the track. But if they get too hot, they don't stick to the track. So
no, and they wear out
much faster.
All tires in existence have a certain heat, what they call a speed rating, but it actually is how much heat the tire can dissipate and still without breaking down very quickly.
All right, so an update on the gaps. Colin is now 10 seconds behind Vlad, so there is no way catching him unless he spins out. Dennis is 10 seconds behind Colin, and Andrew is 6 seconds behind Dennis. So I think Andrew is just settling in and just kind of accepting the fate that he's going to take home in a 4th place finish in the race, and most likely a 3rd place finish in the standings. I mean, unless Dennis and Vlad just go, hey, I'm not going to race the next 2 races, then. But I highly doubt that's going to happen, as there are some good prizes up on the line for the top two finishers. So they will most likely finish out this season. There is still a possibility of Andrew getting 2nd place, but it's looking slimmer and slimmer as we go, unfortunately. But it's good to see he's fought back from his 5-place grid penalty and getting taken out in the first corner of the first lap. Did
he have any points deductions from
it wasn't real. It's only the points deductions were only because he got a 20-second time penalty after the 3rd race. So he went from 4th, I think, in race 3 to 7th, I think. Yeah, because he was 4th, he had 13, so he lost 6 points, I think. Yeah, because he was at 1... Oh, no, he lost more than that. Oh, no, he didn't. Yeah, he lost 6 points because he was at 191. which also made Dennis get 6 extra points because he finished behind Andrew. So he actually finished ahead of Andrew by 2 spots. So that is the unfortunate circumstance of getting penalties. I mean, we didn't expect him to get one, but obviously the points leader in the championship had to do something to cement his win, which is not looking good so far because he's actually going to go out in second place after this. And we are just about to start. The leaders are just about to start the final lap 16. Very good drive from all 3 drivers. Let's go on board with Colin for a second. Oh, leg from the... Yeah, this is a pretty boring last few laps of the race. There's not really much going on. Everybody is super spread out. Actually, let's go on board with Jack for a second here. Jack's got a little bit of the car coming up behind him is...
That's Adam Smith, though, right in front of him, I believe.
No, that's one of the Favero cars. He's got Michael Favero actually on his... The car right behind Jack is actually 4 positions, so Jack's got one more lap to hold him off. And Jack will have an 8th place finish. And he's doing very good. We'll have to find out after the race if he did have any damage. But like I said, it doesn't look like he does. But like you said, he's gotten used to it. So there is really no telling on if he's got damage or not.
You know, a little bit of panel damage isn't going to affect you too much. It'll affect your aero a little bit. But these cars
don't have much aero anyway.
Yeah, and don't really go fast enough to you know, use the downforce. That they have the spoilers on the back to keep a little bit of rear downforce, but other than that, so panel damage isn't going to do a whole lot of difference in your lap times. It's when you have steering and suspension damage that that you really need to work against that, because you can literally have your wheel cocked to the sides. So yeah,
well done.
Well done.
Colin comes home in a P2. Andrew comes home in P4. And we're just on board with Jack because he comes around the last 2 corners. Coming through Sterling's. He's got to hold him off. He's got one more corner. This is for 8th place. Into Clark curve.
Looking
Very well
good,
done.
looking good.
Very well done, Jack. Very, very well done. All things considered, he finished. He actually finished 2 places higher than what he started, and he got taken out or spun out or whatever in turn 1. So, hey, he started 10th, went down to 15th, came back up to 8th. I would call that a win in anybody's book. Very well done from all 3 drivers. We're gonna go to a quick break here, quick intermission, and we'll be right back for race number 2.
Have you been locked up all year? Tired of the same old routine? We've got you covered at TRACKSVR. We have 12 full-motion simulators incorporating VR technology to put you in the driver's seat of a race car. With our team of sim experts, we can help guide you whether you're a beginner or a seasoned veteran. From Ferrari to AlphaTauri and all the teams in between, we've got the largest selection of F1 racing merchandise in Western Canada. We clean all the equipment before and after each use and disinfect all high touch points. Forget about the Zoom presentation on Monday. Forget about the holes in the wall for your kids' virtual soccer practice. Bring your future champions down here. We're open for retail viewing and product testing. We want to bring our passion for racing to you here at TRACKSVR.
All right, guys, welcome back to race number 2. We're just getting ready to go here. So we got Andrew starting P4, Colin starting P2, and Jack starting P8. So all 3 drivers, as you can see, in very good positions. All on the outside of that corner 1, so I don't know how it's going to go. Andrew definitely going to have a better chance of taking off and getting past Zashenko and Tokarev, so hopefully all things go well for him this time. Lights out, here we go.
Nice. Good launch. Good launch.
So we got Colin on mediums, Zashenko on mediums, and Andrew on softs. So I think Andrew is going for the win this race. He is, after I did the calculations after race 1, Andrew is 28 points behind second place and 31 points behind first place. So he's got to really push hard, and Colin and Andrew here being in second and third are really going to be pushing to catch Vlad, I do believe, considering he's on softs and Andrew's on softs. So teamwork's going to be a big part in this race, I do believe. Jack had a wicked start. He's all the way up into 6th already. Holy Christ. But yeah, this is gonna be a really, really good race. As you can see, we have an Alpine hat up on the screen there for you guys. That is in honor of Fernando Alonso for being the fattest boy on the F1 grid this weekend. I'm sure you've all seen the memes of people stretching his car out, making it fit the whole track, as he kept Hamilton behind him for 10 laps to ensure that Esteban Ocon got his first Formula 1 win in an Alpine, and Alpine's first Formula 1 win. So
pretty selfless.
Yes.
And you know what? It was awesome to watch. If you guys didn't get an opportunity to watch the Hungarian Grand Prix, I definitely recommend you rewatch it, and especially the last 40 minutes of the race. But what a crazy race from start to finish. We are all F1 fans here, and yeah, so hopefully Colin can be as fat on the track as as Fernando. Uh-oh.
I hear some foul language coming from the pit lane from one of the drivers, so I don't think it's Colin or Andrew. It's got to be Jack. Obviously, some entanglements happened. He got spun. But other than that, this is for the championship here. This is Andrew's got to finish as far away from Dennis and Vlad as he can. And I kind of feel like Colin's holding Andrew up just a little bit.
Yeah, I do too. I wish actually Colin would let Andrew pass here.
Colin should let Andrew pass and hold Dennis up, is what he should do. That's what I would be calling in the team. This is a Hamilton and Bottas situation going on right now. Bottas, you need to get the hell out of Hamilton's way so he can take off.
Yeah, team orders.
Like team orders. Bottas needs to get out of the way. Let Hamilton by. Come on. Especially when.
There we go. There we go.
So now, this is where Colin needs to turn into Alonso, and hold up Zashenko as long as he possibly can, and hopefully let Zashenko lose some places. But they do. Andrew's now got a 3-second gap. 3-second gap. Jiminy Christmas, I can't talk. A 3-second gap to Vlad now. So Colin kind of did hold him up a little bit, which is unfortunate. But this is going to be, if things were to end right now, Andrew would get 4 points on Dennis. So he'd only be 24 points behind, which would leave him not able to win the championship. So he's got to hope that Dennis has something go wrong and he goes farther down, and then Andrew's just got to push as hard as he can. So Andrew can still take second place He's just got to hope that Dennis has some bad luck. And it looks like Colin, yeah, Colin is doing his job.
That is possible. Nice work, Colin. Nice work. That car is about 10 feet wide right now.
Being the fat boy he is. Come on, Colin. And Ashenko has Mr. Penalty himself behind him, so...
Pedro.
Vote for Pedro. Is it vote for Pedro or vote Pedro? I can never remember.
Oh, vote. Yeah, I think it's vote for Pedro.
Vote for Pedro. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, I'm going to make you do the dance at the end of the stream.
I can't do the dance. No. Ain't gonna happen. Let's actually hop on board with Jack for a second here. He's got the 2 energy cars behind him. Jack opting for the medium tires to get them out of the way. This will leave his 3rd race where he can use the soft tires. So Andrew's going to have to use the mediums in race 3, and so will Vlad. However, Dennis will be on the softs for next race. So this is going to be... Vlad won, yeah. Vlad won race 1 there, Simex.
Yeah, Dennis in 2nd, I believe.
No, Dennis got 3rd, Colin got 2nd,
right.
Yeah, and Andrew got 4th, so...
There you go. There was the order for the last race. Thanks for your comments, SimX.
I do believe SimX are the ones providing the prizes for 1st and 2nd place overall in the standings, so I think. They can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think. Oh, looks like Pedro has passed Dennis, so that's going to be another 2 points. Go
Pedro, vote for Pedro.
Vote Pedro. They're going to hop on board now. There's Dennis. Oh, or was it the other way around? Oh, no. Did my live timing freeze? Oh, no. Pedro spun now. Pedro spun after he got past Dennis, and now Dennis is back in front. Crap. That's okay. Still 4 points, and Colin's doing a good job of holding him up. So, Colin, I will say, is one of the guys. If you want to learn how to defend, like Alonso, you come and get some coaching from Colin, because he knows how to make his car fat.
Yeah, you've raced against him in a number of races, yeah.
It's hard to get past Colin when he doesn't want you to get past him. You got to make him make a mistake.
And he's very calm on track too. Usually, he just keeps it nice and cool. Look at him ride the line there. Oh, nicely done. He's flashing the lights, and Colin's like, yeah, that's okay. I'm on the driving line. Jacob must just be losing his shit. They get any points for fastest lap? I don't think so. we've all raced against Colin here, and also taken some coaching. He's a really good coach at finding where you can make some adjustments to race better. So, Colin's one of our he's basically part of our family. Yeah, indeed. Normally cars will get Andrew, Andrew anytime, but or Nick Toe, one of the other members of our community, Nick/Colin. This is amazing racing to watch. What fun. What fun. Yeah, I think he also just there at some point, especially in Formula One, they're gonna be a faster car is gonna make a difference, right?
Yeah, but he did miss his braking point, outbroke himself and went wide turn 1, and Hamilton just drove past him. But I mean, Alonso did hold him up for 10 whole laps, and then Hamilton complained about it, of course.
Well, I put money on the Discord channel is going to have some chatter from Shanko after this race.
Oh, Shanko's going to be livid, dude. This is his second place championship that could be driving away from him right now. Now it's almost 11 seconds to Andrew. Oh, Colin with a big slide and off track. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Now he's got to race, try to catch up. Whereas Dennis is now just going to be we're halfway through the race, so Dennis is going to be really pushing as hard as he can to catch back up. But I think 11 seconds with how evenly matched Vlad, Andrew, and Dennis are to each other, I think Dennis is going to be very hard pressed to be able to catch them. I mean, Vlad and Andrew are consistent to each other within 0.3 of a second, which is 0.3 of a second. So that just goes to show how even those two drivers are. And now that Dennis is ahead of Colin, we can see what his lap times are going to turn out to be.
Good work from Jack.
Let's
made
go
himself.
back to Jack. Hey, I don't have to go very far though. It's in 7th. It's 2 spots behind Colin. I think this will be. Let's actually take a look before I have to take my foot out of my mouth. Jack. This will actually be his highest placement if he finishes 7th this race. His highest up to this point is 8th place. So right now he's sitting pretty in 7th. He's got a 6-second gap to the car in front and a 6-second gap to the car behind. So like I've said before, he's in no man's land, but I mean 7th place. Freaking A. I'm all for it.
Yeah, baby.
And here's Andrew. Got to give him a little bit of time. He's got it's now. Oh, Adam Smith has passed Dennis. Must have just passed after we went past the battle.
Dennis is on mediums and Smith's on softs. That's probably what it is.
It is now a 14-second gap to 3rd place. You can't even see the cars coming up behind Andrew. That's how far ahead he is. However, he does have a 6-second gap to Vlad. So I think he's just trying to go for 2nd place here. So hopefully Dennis, let's go back, has a couple more issues. Maybe Colin can get in front of him and really cause something to happen. But this pack of 3 cars has a 4-second gap to 6th place behind them. So Coming into Sterling's corner. It's a really fun corner to do, actually. This is a good little battle between these three.
No, this is exciting. Like we were saying earlier, even though Colin's now trying to recover the drive here, this is quite fun to watch.
And this is just showing the cleanliness and the sportsmanship between all three drivers. They're not hitting each other. They're not trying to take each other out. They're just, when we say force the person in front of you to make a mistake, oh, Dennis tried to throw it up the inside. When we talk about trying to make the driver in front make a mistake and forcing them to make a mistake,
Looks like Colin just...
That's unfortunate. Colin's gonna lose another spot. Yeah, Colin's down to 6th place. That's unfortunate. You don't hit them. Like, you're not trying to hit them to make them make a mistake. You keep your nose and your car as big as you possibly can in their mirrors so that they have to focus away from the track for a little bit at a time. And at one point, if they're not experienced enough, they will look at their mirrors at the wrong time, and that will cause them to make a mistake. And then you have to capitalize on that, obviously. But it does take a very experienced driver to not make a mistake under pressure.
Thanks, streaming wizard.
So here's Jack, and there's Colin, and the gap between the two of them is about 4 seconds. So, but Jack having a phenomenal drive. He's having a very, very good drive. He's got about 4. Uh-oh, my live timing froze. Please bear with me while it reloads here. Pick the right one. That would help.
The audience still has the race to watch, Rick.
Oh, hey, look, we had 17 cars this race. Wow.
I think Andy Birch looks new.
It looks like he's the new one, yeah. Yeah, so Jack, 7th place, 4 seconds behind Colin, between, I'm going to say about 5 seconds in front of 8th place, because it keeps going from 4 to 6 to 2 to 5. It's stupid, so I'm just going to say 4 to 5 seconds ahead. And then Andrew is now 7 seconds behind. There's Mr. Parkinson there. He's 7 seconds behind first and 17 seconds ahead of third. So he's, what would that be, about 20% of a lap in front of Dennis, time-wise, considering they're doing 1 minute 32s.
Unlike some of our other streams, Rick, your math is pretty good today.
Yeah, it's pretty good, eh? For being totally just random, trying to figure things out on the fly. Oh, look at the sun's come out now. It is a sunny day in England. Actually, is Brands Hatch in England? Yeah, it's in England. I know it's in Europe.
It's in England, yes. It's in the Midlands, I believe.
Longfield. It's in Longfield, United Kingdom. Yep. Oh, look at that. It's not saying it's supposed to be raining anymore. That changed. Kind of like Alberta weather. Every 5 minutes we could have rain, snow, sleet, hail, sun, smoke, 300-kilometer-an-hour winds, all within 5 minutes.
Murder hornets.
Murder hornets. What is
Plague
it?
squirrels.
Oh, isn't it a lovely world we live in? We got plague squirrels, murder hornets. COVID. Oh, Jesus.
Sounds like a lovely buffet.
Oh, man. Aliens would be like, yep, I don't want to go there. Don't sound very nice. Oh, it sounds like Jack's got some damage, if I understand the chatter from the pits. Or from the... Yeah, from the pits. We'll say from the pits.
Yes, team radio. Just like F1, we have access to the team radio.
Colin seems to be having a little more issues. I don't think he's got damage. I think he's just becoming inconsistent as Jack is slowly reeling him in. So that gap is now 2 seconds instead of 4 seconds. Thanks, Simex.
Yeah, thanks to Simex for correcting our poor geographical knowledge of the United Kingdom. You're the best. Thanks, buddy.
Thanks for commenting, dude. You're like the first one to comment.
It feels more interactive for us that way.
Mm-hmm. Very much so. Yeah, I had to look it up, and I was like, yeah, it says it's in Brands Hatch Circuit, Fockham, Longfield, United Kingdom. That's what it says. 16 degrees Celsius at the moment. That's cold compared to where it is here. Holy.
Yeah, it's like 31 or something
Yeah,
today.
it's supposed to be high of 31 degrees or 32 degrees Celsius today, so hot. There's kind of not really anything going on now. The whole front of the grid is kind of just spread right out.
Again, a bit of a longer track
Yeah.
than some of the other tracks we've been on, and I mean, these guys all got they know what they have to do, and a lot of the guys who were struggling, especially with a little bit lower skill quotient, they're trying to keep it clean now. So
Vlad just having a nice Sunday drive. Andrew behind him having a nice Sunday drive. Oh, going into the gravel a little bit.
thanks to Adam Smith for helping us get a few more points off of Ashenko.
Yeah, it seems like. Oh yeah, that's true. I keep forgetting you guys are like 7 hours ahead of us, so it is like 9. What is it? 9 or 10 p.m. there.
I think 7 hours is the difference.
Yeah. So that makes sense. Yeah, Dennis and Adam keep swapping places. Every time I look, it's a new car in that position. Oh, it looks like Colin's starting to put on the pressure a little bit. Instead of a 5-second gap, it's not a 2-second gap.
He's really that's burning it up. Yeah.
We do have 2 laps left. The leaders are just coming on to lap 15, so that would be Vlad and Andrew are just coming on to lap 15. Yep, so 7 hours. Cool.
Simex, identify yourself. You're awesome, dude. We love you.
Yeah, it's weird. We actually have somebody to talk to now. I'm not just talking to a camera. I mean, I'm kind of used to talking to people. I used to do YouTube a long time ago, but it's been a while since I've had to get to interact with my audience.
Yeah, I've podcasted before off and on, and for those of you who do know me, I like to talk. I'm very good at public speaking, so I don't have a problem talking off into the ether and pretending there's an audience of 1 million there. But no, it's always like I said, it's interactive to have some people are watching and that they have interest in what we're saying and what we're doing.
Oh, Andrew's really struggling.
Tires might be falling off.
Yeah, we know. When I saw SimX, I was like, I think this is the guy that is sponsoring the series, so.
If there's anything you could do to help will our guys into some prizes, that would be awesome.
Not bribing or anything. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
No, not bribery. Just nicely asking.
Colin is actually starting to reel in Jesper, but he's not going to have enough time. They have this is the last lap.
Last lap. Yeah.
Andrew just coming onto his last lap here, so I'm gonna have to safely say that Vlad has taken home first place in the standings for the time being. It's gonna put him up to 249 points, and Dennis, where he's sitting now, is gonna get 15, so it's gonna put him at 241. It's still going to be a toss-up between Vlad and Dennis. It's going to determine. Third race is always the interesting one, as it is reverse top 6 or top 12. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens there. That's going to be the definitive one, I think. Well, thanks, man. That's really appreciative. We were really hoping for it too. He would have had a better shot if he didn't get the penalty from the last race, but Andrew's very, very dedicated. He puts in probably the most practice out of anybody I know that does sim racing. So for him to be this dedicated, it's very nice to know that he's got other people rooting for him other than just us here. So
yeah, we'll pass that along
sure.
at race break here. So I thank you for that. And he sure made quite the dent in the series, starting off so poorly with some bad races in the first race. So yeah, all of our drivers have been making strides to move up.
Well done to Andrew taking home second place this race. Looks like Colin's gonna take home 6th.
Jack with his best placement
Best placement ever for Jack if he can ride it out here.
So Jack's got lots of breathing room. So as long as he doesn't,
Nice.
spin out on the last.
Well done, Jack.
Well done to all 3. I'm gonna get a quick little see if I can figure this out. Math. So this is gonna put Andrew up to 215. It's gonna put Dennis to 241 and Vlad up to 249. So unfortunately, second place is out of reach for Andrew. He just didn't gain enough points on Dennis to be able to have a shot at second. So it's going to be a toss-up between Vlad and Dennis for first and second place in this third race. However, it was very well done from Andrew, Jack, and Colin this race. They all did very, very good. Colin making his car as fast as possible for as long as he did. Jack getting a personal best finish. And Andrew taking home another podium of the series. I think that's actually count for Andrew. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's 9 podiums for Andrew in this series. So well done. Come on. Minimize. Thank you. So well done. We're going to take a quick intermission. As you can see, I've been drinking Pepsi, so I'm going to go and have a little pit stop of my own, and we'll be right back for race 3 to see who was going to take home the championship and who is going to take home second place. We'll be right back.
Have you been locked up all year? Tired of the same old routine? We've got you covered at TRACKSVR. We have 12 full-motion simulators incorporating VR technology to put you in the driver's seat of a race car. With our team of sim experts, we can help guide you whether you're a beginner or a seasoned veteran. From Ferrari to AlphaTauri and all the teams in between, we've got the largest selection of F1 racing merchandise in Western Canada. We clean all the equipment before and after each use and disinfect all high touch points. Forget about the Zoom presentation on Monday. Forget about the holes in the wall for your kids' virtual soccer practice. Bring your future champions down here. We're open for retail viewing and product testing. We want to bring our passion for racing to you here at TRACKSVR.
All right, everybody, welcome back. Oh, let me turn the music off here. Welcome back to race 3. We're just getting ready to go onto the grid. It is a reverse top 12. So we have Vlad starting 12th, Andrew starting 11th, Dennis starting 10th, Adam Smith 9th, Jesper Burns 8th, Colin Sanders 7th, Jack Trewick 6th, Pedro Gomez 5th, Vanacore Giuseppe 4th, Sigrid De Vito 3rd, Johan Carlson 2nd, and Alberto Sartori in 1st. So this is going to be very, very interesting. We just hope that all 3 of our drivers can get away clean and not have too many issues going into the first turn here. And lights out, here we go. Jack with his flawless starts. Looks like Andrew and Colin both had good starts too. Coming into turn 1, all 3 TRACKSVR cars. Oh, that was Colin getting a little bit sketchy, I think. Yeah, Jack and Andrew are on comms. Yeah, Jack's letting Andrew go by. Well done, well done, well done. This is going to be, I think Andrew's just going to be going in for closing the gap to Dennis and Vlad as much as he can. So they have Colin right now in front of Vlad and Dennis. So I'm gonna assume Colin is gonna be the Fernando Alonso of the race again, holding off Ishenko and Vlad for as long as he possibly can, and just try to let Andrew pull away as much as possible. So Andrew having a wicked start, going from 11th, he's all the way up in 4th now. Jack down into 6th and Colin in 9th. So a little bit. Vlad, what happened to Vlad? Got spun out at the beginning. Vlad's all the way down in 17th at the moment. And Dennis is behind Colin again. So Dennis is going to get very annoyed coming into this race, I think. But Jack doing a good job up in 6th place at the moment, having a nice little battle. Lap 1 done, and it looks like out of everybody, looks like Vlad and Colin kind of had the worst of it, but Colin the better of it compared to Vlad. So all in all, not too bad. I want to go back to Colin here for a second. Yeah, Colin is really... Oh, Colin tried to pinch Dennis off, and it didn't pay out for him at all. Colin falling way back. Vlad up into P15 now. So this is going to be good for Dennis. I think Dennis is just going to be hoping to finish the race ahead of Vlad by this much, because Vlad right now is only getting 1 point and Dennis is getting about 6. So Dennis has to make up 2 more spots and hope Vlad stays where he is for Dennis to take the championship. That's how close it is. They're like 6 spots apart. Oh, they're 8 spots apart now. Dennis is all the way up in 6th with some spins. So much has happened. We're only 2 laps in. So Ishenko is in 6th place, and he is catching up to Jack. So Jack is obviously aware of this, seeing that teal and pink car come up behind him, and knowing that his teammate Andrew is right in front of him. He's gonna be
already talked about what he was gonna do if this happened.
Yeah, he's gonna be pulling the Fernando Alonso out and making his car as fat as possible. So not that it matters, but we kind of don't want Dennis to win, and we don't want Vlad to win, although both of them are going to win. Vlad is slowly picking his way through. He's up into 12th place. Dennis is up into 6th. So right now, I think Vlad still has the championship. I think. Dennis is getting mad with the TRACKSVR cars. He is so mad. All these guys keep holding him up.
A little dirty, yeah. He's getting a little dirty. I think Jack still got him. Oh,
he took him out.
Oh, sorry, Ishenko. Oh, no.
That's going to be looked into after the race, that's for sure.
He was being
He
way
was
too
being
aggressive.
aggressive,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's what Jack just said.
He
Yeah.
was being super aggressive. Yeah, it's obvious that Ashenko is not happy with the TRACKSVR car after last race, with Colin holding him up for so long. But I mean, hey, it's teamwork, dude. If you're on a team, that's what happens. Yeah, Dennis, I'm gonna assume, has quite a bit of damage as he's continually falling back. Oh no, now he's gaining a place back. Okay, so he doesn't have too much damage. He must have just got back on track. So now we got Vlad and Andrew's up into third, so he's gonna be pushing for at least another podium. Where am I going? I gotta go this way. Jack, where's Colin? Dennis, Vlad. I don't know what tag car that is, and Colin. Oh, Colin with another spin. Colin's just pushing a little bit too hard, I think, making too many mistakes. That is Adam Smith. So Dennis is really pushing now. Dennis is up into P10. Vlad's up into P12.
Yeah, there's going to be a Discord explosion.
There's going to be... Oh yeah, it's going to be mad like the last round.
We think our drivers have done their best to drive clean. So if there's any consolation there, we do feel pretty good about how our drivers have driven.
Track is starting to rubber in now, so it's not very wet anymore, which is good. Yeah, Dennis and Vlad are still bringing up 10th and 11th. So currently Vlad is still winning. We're just coming up to the end of lap 4, and Vlad is still sitting in first place. So as long as Vlad can keep up with Dennis and only be 1, maybe 2 spots behind him, Vlad will win the championship. But Andrew's up into P3 at the moment. He is pulling away from P4. If my live timing would make up its mind on how far away he is. Because I know that's not a 3-second gap.
Doesn't look like 3 seconds to me.
It keeps going from like 1 to 3.5. So I'm like the 1 to 1.5 range is good. That actually looks appropriate. So this is going to be the battle for first, and both of these cars in front of Andrew are on the soft tires. However, they are slightly slower than Andrew, pace-wise, just naturally. So I think
there's Pedro. Vote for Pedro.
I think Andrew he's probably just going to go for the race win just to give himself some pride back after the last couple races. Jack is still sitting P5. Colin is P14. I'm going to go back to Colin because he's racing with Arcturus. I know Colin is faster than this guy. Oops, gotta go. Yep, especially when they make mistakes like that. So that's going to put Colin up into P13. Slowly making his way back. I mean, there's only 2 drivers in this race that are not going to get points, because top 15 get points and we have 17 drivers, so it's like an Oprah Winfrey show. You get points, you get points, you get points, you all get points.
Check under your seat.
We'll just give 16th and 17th a consolation point for showing up every race.
Yeah, there you go. Free sim car.
You've showed up every race, so you're gonna get one point just for showing up. Colin with the Formula Drift around turn 1. And he held on. That was really nice.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Style points. They should be handing out style points.
That was actually really good. Freaking hole. That's funny. Let's hop on board with Andrew because he's caught the leader or lead pack. Oh, Andrew is in first. He is now all he's got to do is drive away. He's just got to drive away. And Dennis has the fastest lap by almost a full second. A 30.8. I mean, he did do a 30.1 in the warm-up before this race, so I know 29s are possible. But Andrew's definitely pulling a gap out now. It's up to 1.1, 1.2 seconds.
So when we talk about the gap, that's the time difference between the car in front and the car behind.
Yes, because the time is easier to calculate than distance. Because 1.2 seconds at 200 kilometers an hour is like 40 feet.
Yeah, it could be
feet.
it could be different too as their speeds change and they brake and go through corners.
Yeah.
So we do talk about in racing, and that's we like to educate as well as commentate.
This looks like it's a much better race. Everybody's a lot closer together. Ooh, Dennis is up in 8th and Vlad is still in 11th. I gotta see how many points you get. Okay, 8th place gets 8 and 11th place gets 6. Gets 11th. Where the heck am I here? 11th place gets 5. So right now, it's a 3-point difference. So that means Vlad will win by 4 points if this is where it finishes right now. Dennis is going to be pushing hard now. He's mad. I mean, he's going to be mad because he got taken out by Andrew in race 3 of last round. I say taken out quotation marks because I would have deemed it a racing incident. But whatever. Points leader puts in an SI. It's kind of like Hamilton wanting to the stewards and getting everything that he wants. And then Colin holds him up for the entirety of race 2 almost. And then he gets into a tussle with Jack. So he's had a run-in with all 3 TRACKSVR cars. He's not going to be a happy man right now. He is not going to be happy. And he's up into 7th. So now he's got 4 points on Vlad. So now the lead is only 3 points provisionally at the moment. And we're halfway through the race. We're on lap 8. So.
Well, Dennis Shashenko, you could come to Canada, come to Calgary, Canada, and come to TRACKSVR and tell us all about it.
Race Andrew and really see who the better driver is. I mean, they're both very good drivers. I would say Dennis is a very good driver. Which is saying a lot because I don't say that about Hamilton. Dennis, where's Dennis? He's in 7th place. And he's pushing hard. Like he's consistently about a second faster than the guys in front of him.
But Jack's still there in 5th, so.
And Jack is in 5th. But I don't think Ashenko's going to play nice the next time he comes around.
Laps do we have left here?
We're just coming to the end of 8, so we're just starting 9. So we got
half a race left.
7 laps left yet. Lots of time. That is a lot of time, actually. Andrew drifting it into the corner. Yeah, he's not pulling out too much of a gap. It's only a second to second and a half. Of course, Pedro is on soft tires, so that is going to play heavily into this. Andrew's on mediums. I mean, Andrew's tires are going to last longer, though. So the last, 4 laps, Pedro's going to start to fall off pace-wise. Andrew's pace is right now about 0.2 slower per lap, but considering he's on basically a second slower tire, that's actually pretty good, only being 0.2 of a second slower. Okay, looks like Ashenko has caught the back end of Jesper, who has caught the back end of Jack.
Jack is he's sitting right on that driving line, right on that racing line,
Just
planting it on the apex.
Make that car as fat as possible. And a Subaru, that's not very hard because Subarus are fat anyway.
These Lavorgs sure are.
They're
Subaru, by the way, if you're listening, what a dumb name.
Oh, Oh no, the last two drivers DNF'd. Oh man, I was so looking forward to having everybody finish this race. No, last two drivers DNF'd. So everybody in this race right now is getting points. Oh. Oh. Okay, server, make up your mind. Is it sunny or is it not sunny? Jack's just got to keep doing his own thing. Yeah, the freaking weather change is lagging the server like there ain't no tomorrow. If the Jesper and Dennis keep battling behind Jack, oh, Jesper tries to throw it up the inside. If Jesper
Jack was having none of that. Yeah.
If Jesper and Dennis keep battling, Jack can just keep driving away. This is now a 5-way battle for third place, I think. Yep. This is a 5-way battle for third. That
Go Jack.
red and white Ford Focus is third place. So we have 3 Subarus and 2 Ford Focuses battling for third. And it looks like another Subaru is going to be coming into the mix pretty shortly here. Alright, Dennis has made it past Jesper. Just sit the car right in the middle of the track. When defending, that's the best thing to do. Just sit the car in the middle of the track. Shenko's he's going to start pushing to get that spot.
Yeah.
But I don't think he's going to make the same mistake by trying to push and... Okay, he's got a tire on the inside. Yeah, he's fully alongside now. Jack has to concede that spot, yeah. Especially in the turn 1.
Yeah.
That was a good pass. So that puts Shenko up into 5th. Vlad is up into 9th now, so the points difference is still very close. Vlad is still ahead by 2 or 3 points at the moment. And Andrew...
The championship is coming down to this.
Down to 1 race, yeah. Unlike F1 last year where it was decided 5 races before the end of the season. Stupid. Jack's doing a good job though. He's in 6th. Once again, he's still in his personal best finish spot. So even if he loses 1 spot, 2 7th places back to back, that's pretty good.
That should move him up into probably 12th spot. I think he's in 16th, so.
He's in 15th at the moment.
15th, yeah. Yeah, and Krawchuk isn't racing, so...
He won't pass him. No, he's too far behind.
No.
Colin will go down a spot, I think. I don't know. We'll have to see. There's so much going on at the moment. Jack's having a good race though. Jack's back up in 5th. Somebody spunneth.
Oh, and Shenko's is up into 3rd.
Yeah, so somebody had spun out.
Pedro's right on Andrew's butt. Let's go up to Andrew. Let's make sure Andrew finishes this race out.
Yeah, we got just over 4 laps left. They're on lap 12, halfway done lap 12, so 4 laps left. Andrew knows his tires will last longer though, so if Pedro keeps pushing this hard to get a win, his tires are going to fall off really quick here.
Yeah, it'd just be nice to see Andrew salvage what he can out of the season and end up with P1.
I mean, he's technically already got a 1st place, but that was because points or penalties were given out, which bumped him up into 1st place. So he got 2nd place in the physical race, but the penalties put him in 1st. This will be a legitimate 1st place, is what we meant.
He had a P1 already, I think. No?
This one that he got was because penalties. He came 2nd, and penalties got put out, and then it gave him the 1st place. Because yeah, he had 17, and then it was like, oh hey, you got 20 now. I don't remember you winning the race, but hey, 20 points is 20 points. All right, lap 13. These two have created a pretty big gap to Dennis. They got about 9-second gap to Dennis behind them in third place. So, and
All right, let's go watch some of that exciting
yeah,
racing. Jack's up into
let's
fourth.
go back here. Holy Christ! Come on. There's Zashenko. And it's not sunny again. What the hell? The server needs to make up its mind. Yeah, Vanacor's Giuseppe has made another mistake, falling back a spot. So Jack, I don't think he'll be able to get a podium unless Pedro or Dennis really make a mistake. But this is like drive of his life right now for Jack. So, and this is 1, 2, 2. It's gonna be a 5-car battle pretty soon. Vlad is there in the background, pushing hard, trying to get past. Oh, Vlad has moved up a spot. He's up into P7.
The drive Jack's
This
putting
is
in
such a
here,
good
guys.
drive. Colin's up into P10. We haven't really updated much on him because he's kind of been in the same spot for the last little bit, and he's got gaps all over the place. So this is where the battle's at right here, is with Jack, and I guess Andrew too. Leaders have just started lap 14. Oh, Jack is on lap 14 now too. Colin has just started lap 14, so we got 14, 15, and 16 laps, so 3 laps. Jack doing a very good job. He's gonna be just focus mode right now. This is gamer mode at the moment. And the track is starting to rubber in, like I mentioned before, so it's gonna give the cars more grip around the track too, which is actually gonna help. Vlad is up into P6 now, so Andrew's got currently he's got the championship leader coming up hot. So, oh, Jack making a mistake on the outside. Oh no, that he turned in a little bit early. Yeah, that Jack turned in a little bit early, but it's still a 4-way battle though. For 5th place now, because Vlad is officially gone.
Vlad used that little bit of hijinks there to see you later.
Yep. Yeah, that was a fair pass on Jesper. I think Jack just turned in a little bit too early. Don't know if he didn't see him or what, but they were pretty much side by side. So. Jack's still doing good. He's in 7th. Colin's up into 9th now. Colin's actually looks like he's got a decent battle in his hands. It's not too bad. He's kind of pulling away from this guy now. Looked a lot closer on my live timing than what it is actuality. But we're gonna go. Oh crap! I gotta go up to Andrew here. Where is he? Andrew has fallen. Oh shit! There we go. Andrew has fallen down to P2. Those medium tires really hindering him a little bit. Drag race.
He's not giving it up though.
Oh, the drag race. Okay. That was very clean from both drivers. That was very well done. Okay, last lap. This is last lap. Andrew and Pedro are on the last lap. Let's see what Andrew can do here. Like we said, there's not really any good passing points on this track, so
Yeah, and Andrew's staying right on him. He might get him. What is it? Dingledell.
After Westfield, yeah. They just come up Hawthorne. Or, Surtees. Now they're coming up to Hawthorne. Those soft tires, you can just see they have more grip in the corners. The Westfield coming down to Dingledell here. It's all about that corner. Gained a little bit, but not much. Dennis really put on the nitro too. He went from 9 seconds behind like 3 laps ago to being only 4 seconds behind. Actually, my live timing froze.
Well, oh come on,
Well
Andrew.
done, Andrew.
You couldn't get him right at the line there. What a drive by Andrew.
Very well
what
done.
a season. What a season.
That was very well done by Andrew, being on the medium tires, having to hold off the soft tires for so long. That was very well done, and Dennis finishes one
Third.
spot in front of Vlad being P3 and Vlad being P4, which is you get 20, 17, 15, you get 13, so it's only 2 points. So unfortunately, it's not enough. Vlad is going to take home the championship, and Dennis will be taking home 2nd place, and Andrew will be taking home P3 overall in the championship. So well done.
Well done, drivers. Well done, all the drivers. Thank you so much for such an exciting season. Thanks, Simex, for watching today.
And
Really appreciated the comments.
Jack will finish
and look at this.
P15.
Here we go with our TRACKSVR cars. There you go, audience. That's why we do this. Look at that.
Very well done.
TRACKSVR squad. Nicely done, boys.
Very well done.
Thanks for the memories, boys. Till next season, whatever that is, or our next one-off race. And I know we have a one-off race coming up in October as well. So we won't be streaming that one. We'll be racing in that one. Perhaps we'll put our own stream up, but we'll see. That's the Bathurst 1000. We're racing against race centers in Australia. Yeah, we're going to see if we can get to talk to a couple of the boys, see how they felt. Jack, another PB. That was another 7th place, right? And Andrew, wow, what a season, dude. It's just so exciting to watch you race.
Yeah, Andrew did very well. A little bit upsetting, I know, for him from last round, but I mean, that's racing. Can't do much about it. Everybody says you're in charge of your own car, but racing still comes down to everybody else on the track being clean. So, but it was very well done from all 3 drivers. Very, very well done. I know Andrew's very disappointed in himself after last round, but I mean, we're all proud of him. He did absolutely phenomenal. Big congrats to Vlad Tokarev. I hope I'm saying your name right. And Denis Sashenko. Big congrats to you two winning the SimX prize. Thank you. I'm going to thank SimX for sponsoring this series and putting up prizes for 1st and 2nd. That's awesome. Thank you to SimRacingMania, Tomas Golab. I'm not sure who the other admins are. Michael Brooks, I think, is one. Thank you so much, you guys, for putting this series on. It was great fun to watch. Other than that, we're going to go to a quick intermission, wait for the drivers to collect their thoughts, and we'll be right back with some possible interviews for end of the season just to see.
Have you been locked up all year? Tired of the same old routine? We've got you covered at TRACKSVR. We have 12 full motion simulators incorporating VR technology to put you in the driver's seat of a race car. With our team of sim experts, we can help guide you whether you're a beginner or a seasoned veteran. From Ferrari to AlphaTauri and all the teams in between, we've got the largest selection of F1 racing merchandise in Western Canada. We clean all the equipment before and after each use and disinfect all high touch points. Forget about the Zoom presentation on Monday. Forget about the holes in the wall for your kids' virtual soccer practice. Bring your future champions down here. We're open for retail viewing and product testing. We want to bring our passion for racing to you here at TRACKSVR.
Alrighty, I'm gonna leave the music playing in the background. I'm just gonna turn it down a little bit. Welcome back, guys. We are here for our first interviewee, being Jack. Great race 2 and race 3. Race 1, I know there was all kinds of shenanigans for all the drivers. But race 2 and race 3, your personal best of the season, P7 overall. Let us know how everything went, etc., like we normally do.
We're being quite theatrical today, and it's nice. I like it. Race 1 didn't qualify as well as I wanted to. I think I had about a second to play for there. I was up on a lap and just ended up bending it in the last corner. Coming down the straight, it was wet, and my car starts wiggling. And just lost all the time. Had a second up on my best lap. So qualifying, something I have to improve, right? Qualifying's always been tough for me. I can do fast laps. It's just the you only get really 4 laps to do it, and that's if you go out and you're just doing lap after lap, right? If you're going back to the garage and fiddling with the setup, you essentially get 2 hot laps. So it's lots of pressure and just something. But I got better over the season, and then now with the first race. Andrew was just I had a front row seat to watch him get shoved off the track. I'm not sure who did that, but he got shoved off the track pretty bad. And then I was fighting with Arcturus, who's a great guy, a great racer. And me and him were going down the main straight. I had the inside line, brakes too late, right? And just understeered off the track. And I stayed out of the way for the rest of the cars, didn't want to cause an unsafe re-entry. So I was in last place actually after the first. I can't remember if it was lap 1 or 2. So I was playing catch up from there, and I'm coming down the straight again, and 2 cars are battling it out, and it looked like one started to turn the other. And I tried to drive around the mess, but as it is with cars, often they rebound one way and then go the other. So I was on one side, it looked open, and then all of a sudden it wasn't, and I incurred a bunch of damage. But I didn't get turned around or spun or anything like that, so I just kind of kept driving. My car was pretty damaged, but I just kept pushing. I had a really fun race. It gave me a lot of opportunities for overtakes, and I got by a bunch of cars to get up to P8, which was at that time my personal best finish. And then second race, starting P8, I believe. And got up to P7, P6 I think for a bit, and then dropped back a little bit, and then fought again, and then P7 I had about 5 or 10 seconds to the guy behind me, so I was just kind of holding that gap there, and just driving around. Nice Tuesday drive, nice and easy. But 7th was super nice. I mean, it does help having a smaller pool of drivers, more chances for me to get up higher mathematically, but 7th is great. And the drivers that are there right now are all very skilled. It's the group that was left there, all great drivers, right? So I had my work cut out for me, and it was a lot of fun racing with those guys. And then third race, reverse grid, so I think I was up in 6th, got up to 4th at some point, and was fighting, and had Dennis Sisenko come up, and he was being super aggressive with me, as I knew he had more pace, and he knew he had more pace. But, it's the last race of the season. I figured I'd throw it out and battle with him. And we battled for a lap or 2, and then coming down to turn 3, I believe, I caught the back end of him and ended up spinning him a little bit, which I do apologize for. But, I think it was, I guess racing incident was, obviously there was a bias from my point of view, but and he ended up catching back up to me, so good for him, and then passing me. And I was holding 4th for a long time, 4th, 5th place, fighting with those guys. And at the end there, I just defended too hard and pushed too hard. My front tires were at about 60% each, where my rears were at, like 85 to 90, so my rears were doing just fine. But the fronts, which you need to go around the corners, were gone, so I was starting to lose pace and was having trouble defending as hard as I was at the start there, but still had a great race with some other cars and ended up finishing 7th again. So 2 of my best finishes right there, and probably my biggest points haul for the whole season. And in F3 as well, I don't think I ever got as big a points haul as this. So that is awesome for me. We'd have to check the math here.
Yeah, we'd have to check back with last season. But yeah, this one you got 9, 18, you got 26 points just from this weekend alone. So 2 P7s and 1 P8s. So you're most consistent and your best finishes all season long. So that's awesome. I do believe we're looking at the standings right now. I believe they haven't updated them yet. No, doesn't look like it. But I believe Jack is gonna be finishing in 15th. I don't think he did finish ahead of Vanacore there, but I don't think the gap was big enough.
Yeah, I believe I finished ahead of Birch behind me in the last race. Okay, yeah.
Birch DNF'd. He didn't even show up. He finished behind. Actually, he DNF'd too, and then the rest of these guys didn't even show up. Half of them. So
yeah.
It easily. I'm confident saying you're gonna stay in P15 out of 40 some drivers that started off the season. So 15th overall with 63 points. I would say that's really good. But well done all season.
Thank you.
We're gonna have a nice little break for a bit, and then we'll see what the next series is. We're hoping it's something different, GT or hypercar or LMPs or something. We want it to be a little bit quicker than 350 horsepower Subarus. But any last words to say to everybody, all your fans out there?
Yes, all my adoring fans. Yeah, no, thanks for anyone that's been watching or watched our streams at any point. I'd like to thank you. We're working hard to try and put on a show, and I understand. With these cars, the racing is quite exciting, but not the fastest, right? So, but yeah, anyone that's watched or supported us in any way, we thank you a ton. And I'm just, I had a really fun season. I had the first 2 races were just tough as nails for me. I didn't get any points, so I might as well not have raced them. But the experience gained in those races was very crucial. And if I think if I had gotten those first 2 races with some better pace, I could have been up in the top 10 even. So it's it was a pleasure racing with all these guys. They're very quick. A lot of them do real life racing. So yeah, no, a lot of fun. And yeah.
Awesome. Well said. We'll definitely look forward to seeing you on track in whatever we drive next, be it the one-off event at Bathurst or whatever other ones come up. I'm sure we'll be streaming it. If not, I'll be racing in them. So we'll see what happens at that point. But thanks so much, dude. Congrats.
Thank you to Rick and Howard. Obviously, I mean, they did a hell of a job, especially Rick, setting up the streams and just getting all this overlay going, making our stream look amazing. Great job, Rick, and keeping the viewers involved. And I think all of us here as drivers and as streamers, we've improved quite a lot over this season. So this was a great experience for us, and it feels good to just keep on building on what we're doing.
Yes, I totally agree with you, 100%. Yeah, you talked about this like 2 rounds ago, where you felt that your skill was progressively getting better from the first 2 rounds to now. I mean, the last 4 rounds you've gotten points. It was only the first 2 that you didn't. So I mean, you have your skill has definitely improved, and you've become more consistent too, which is just as good. So all in all, you're improving, I'm improving, Howard's improving, Andrew's improving, who just walked in the door here. So we're gonna get Andrew in the seat pretty quick here. But thanks so much for your time there, Jack, and congratulations on a P15. We're gonna say that he's P15 because I don't think anybody's gonna catch him from back there. They're too far back, and I know they didn't finish very well. But congratulations, dude. Good racing, and we'll look forward to seeing you in the next series. Alrighty, so I got Andrew here, a tired boy, I do believe, after those 3 races. Just give us your thoughts going in, during, after, whenever, for all 3 races.
Yeah, this championship was done when the stewards signed that penalty to me for the race a couple hours ago. So yeah, that's it. We're done. We're going home.
That's it. I knew you were gonna be upset. I literally saw it on my way, like right before I left to come do the stream. I think it was a little bit harsh. I still believe it should have been a racing incident and there should have been no penalty given. It would have given Andrew more drive, I believe, to beat the 2 of them, as he was super close in the standings. But after that penalty, it dropped him back an extra like 5 points. So he really had to finish first and hope Dennis and Vlad really had really poor finishes. But with the skill level of all three of them, it was kind of a really hard opportunity. But Andrew did good. I mean, he still got 2 podiums today, so I mean, nothing to complain about there. And there's still only 3 of you in the 200-point range, so I mean, nothing to really be upset about. I know you were upset last round, but yeah. Any other words you want to say, or you're just that tired, just upset?
On to the next one.
All right, man. Good words. Thanks for stopping by. Congratulations, Andrew, on P3, dude. Thanks everybody so much for watching. We will be posting on our social medias, Facebook, Instagram. I'm probably gonna do some videos at home to put up on the channel, just to have some content coming out so you guys don't think we've left. Maybe some lap guides of the tracks that we use here all the time, and go from there.
I just to come in here, Rick. I think we're going to also look at maybe doing an episode or 2 of a racing podcast from TRACKSVR. It's something that I wanted to unveil kind of here at the end. We've done a lot of good work. I don't want to, yeah, we're taking a break here from the season with SimRacingMania, and thank you to them, by the way. You guys, I know it's a lot of hard work to run these leagues, and a lot of back and forth. So if you are watching and listening, SimX, their sponsor for the prizes, who reached out today, you made an excellent race, and I'd love to hear from you guys. If you could reach out to us via email, and anybody in fact who's listening, if you want to contact us, it's support@tracksvr.com. Yeah, let's have a chat. Yeah, I do want to look at doing some kind of racing podcast. And we may not do video, but obviously we have the setup now. We have the sound booth here in the pit garage here at TRACKSVR. I did want to say thank you to all our sponsors and all our supporters. But just to mention them again, F&40's podcast at the Blind Beggar Pub is our title sponsor for this one. But mentions Elite Brewing, Legend 7 Brewing, and Andrew and Andy from Legend 7 Brewing. Didn't mention your names in the beginning of the stream today, so I will now. We love you. You're the best. If you guys want to see what this excitement's all about, and you are watching anywhere in Canada, come see us in Calgary. TRACKSVR, virtual racing, real fun. We'll all be here to help guide you and coach you to your best times, and let you go fast safely. I also want to thank Rick for this season. Your streams have gotten better. You're I think you've achieved level 2 magic user now.
Hey, I've leveled up, yay me!
That gives you another spell, which that means more work. So yeah, so now that's what I'm introducing with the talk of a podcast. I don't know how regular we're going to make it. I don't know what schedule to give anybody out there listening, but yeah, we're really interested in having content on our channel on an ongoing basis as much as possible. So there we go. That's hearing from me, Howard Hefe down here at TRACKSVR. And I just want to thank everyone for watching, who is watching out there. Please sponsor your local sim racer, go-kart racer, whatever. We love you. Or
He's come up with another name. It's Howard Heffy.
Well, I come up on the phone as Boss Man on some of the phones around here, so that's how I figured I'd go with it. Anyways, you guys take care. Love you. Bye.
Very well said, Howard. Yes. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Like Howard said, he just dropped that bomb on me about the racing podcast, which is a cool idea. I really think it's awesome. And I've leveled up apparently now, so cool. Awesome to me. thank you so much for watching, everybody. We really appreciate you guys viewing. SimX, thanks for commenting, giving us something to somebody to talk to. That was awesome. I'm trying to get more people to come out and watch and comment too. I know some of my family watch, but they don't comment because they'd rather text me while I'm supposed to be working.
Rick does get paid for this.
Yes. So for any of my family that are watching, don't text me while you're watching the stream. Just comment, please. Makes my life easier. But yes, thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you to SimX for sponsoring SimRacingMania, that awesome prize. Thank you to SimRacingMania and Thomas Golab and his team for putting on this awesome series. It was super fun to watch. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, comment after the vid, comment in the comments below. Let me know what you guys would like to see other than our racing podcast. I mean, if there's like track guides you want us to put up or just random racing shenanigans you want us to put up, we'll do that. I mean, I think that'd be a cool idea just to put more content out on the channel. But other than that, that's it from me. I'm Rick. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell icon if you haven't already, and go follow the Facebook page because we do post a lot more on there. But definitely go check us out, and we'll see you guys next time.